everyone, and welcome to my June recap. I have finally transferred the rest of the year library into my journal, my media journal. I haven't been able to find the pens, like the felts that I used for this, so it is looking very black and white, but I have got a bunch of things in there. Anywho, in terms of books that I've read this month, I read 5 books. The first one was The Next Chapter by Cameron Kellogg, which was his second book. I read Just As You Are last month, and I liked both of them. And then also I read Is This a Cry for Help by Emily Austen, and Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers, which I think the second book of that is Vera Wong's Guide on Snooping on a Dead Man or something like that, and I have that one ready to pick up at the library. I have it on reserve, so I need to go and pick that up. And then I also read Platonic by Marissa G. Franco, which I had so many notes on. It took me literally, I think I started reading it the second week, and it took me up until a couple of days ago to finish because I was taking so many notes, and it's a really good book and you should read it. But yeah, I got these little thingies because I'm going to do a book review on my Patreon of this, and it's a library book, and so I wanted to put these little markers in so I can see which page I'm going to skip to read quotes and things. So hopefully that goes well. But there are a lot of notes that I wrote that I will have to go through and figure out which ones are important, which ones aren't. And then the last book that I read this month, in June, was This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal Al-Mohtar and Max Gladstone. And then I was also going to where is it? I don't know, it's somewhere around here, but I was going to read what's it called? Giovanni's Room, because I got that at the same time as the book, but I didn't end up finishing it, so that will probably be next month. First book will be that, maybe. Do I have other books? No, I think that'll definitely be the top one. Okay, and then with my knitting, I have not finished the cardigan. I fully thought that I was going to finish the cardigan, but then I was procrastinating a bunch, and so I didn't. But I did get, this is the back part, and then this is the front. What's the other front? It's somewhere around here. Okay, well, it's literally in my lap. It was literally down here, and I was like, where is it? Okay, yeah. And so I have all the pieces. I just need to get started on the sleeves, and I'm going to be using this colour for the sleeves, which I think goes pretty well. I don't know, but I'm a little bit worried about that because I've never done sleeves before, and yeah, I'm hoping it goes well, but that's kind of why I'm procrastinating, because I'm a little bit I'm gonna mess it up. But I need to get on that, and I will. The other thing in terms of knitting is, at the beginning of the year, one of my goals was that I was gonna knit a pair of socks, which is a thing that I immediately forgot that I wanted to do until my Frankie magazine arrived, and in here there is a pattern for knitting a pair of socks. And I was like, okay, we need to get this done. So I got the needles and I got the yarn, and I was literally going to get started on it. I was like, no, I cannot get started on this when I still have the cardigan to finish. So I will finish the cardigan and then I can do the socks, but not beforehand. And then my sewing, I have finished the toile for the romper, the Hollyhock romper. I made 2 toiles because I made the first toile and then I made adaptions and I did a second toile, and it definitely is better. It's definitely better, but it's a bit too tight. I think I overdid it because I didn't like how boxy the original pattern was, and so I did a little bit too much taking in of the waist, and now I think I need to add a little bit back. But I think I'm just going to like do a guess and then make the actual denim romper instead of making another twirl, because that would just be a little bit annoying and I don't want to do that. So yes, hopefully it turns out good, because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot, and it would be upsetting if it wasn't good. Okay, what else do we have? My compost. It's going well, I think. I do think, I don't know if it's because it's winter and so maybe it's like slowing it down, but every time I turn it, I can like still see vegetables that are cut up in it, and I don't know if they're vegetables that I like added recently or not, because every time I turn it I like add more vegetables, and like maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I just need to like leave what's in there and turn it until they decompose, and so that I know that it's like actually properly working. But I don't know if it's just like super slow because it's winter, or if it's just the things that I've been adding recently that are in there that haven't fully decomposed yet. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm really hoping it works because it's about to be spring, and so I actually get started working on the garden. Speaking of the garden, I have a lot of plans for my courtyard, and I'm very excited about that as well. I'm hoping that I can find like a cute table and chairs, maybe like a folding table and chairs, because that would be really good. But yeah, and then hopefully I can have a little like garden and like strawberry plant and all that stuff, and so hopefully the compost is actually working and then I can use it for my garden. Otherwise I don't know what I'm going to do with half-worked compost, but I think for this month I'm not going to add anything and just keep turning it every, few days or however long, and hope that it decomposes. I also think that's the other thing, I keep forgetting to turn it, and so maybe that's why it's not working as fast as it's supposed to. What else? Cooking. I haven't been cooking a lot of like new recipes. I've mainly just been making the same thing over and over again. I think I want to get like another freezer, like a bigger freezer, because I feel like, I don't know, it's not that I don't have enough space, but I don't have enough space. I definitely have enough for like necessary cooking and things, but I don't have enough space to be like meal prepping multiple things at a time. Like I can kind of, at the moment I have like chicken soup that I put in there, and chicken soup, cheese rolls, I think that's it, because that was like, and some stuffing, and that's like all that's fit in my freezer, because I also have like frozen chicken tenders and things like that, and so that's taking up like so much space, and so it would be nice to have like separate things for like things that you can just like chuck in the microwave, and then things that you actually have to like do work and like make the meal. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is making sense, but yes, hopefully we'll get another freezer. And then I think the last thing is my bingo. The last 2 quarters have not made my bingo until like into the quarter, like a couple months. I'm still making it up right before the month ends, right before the quarter ends. But this quarter, I have fully decided on my bingos, which is very, very good. A lot of it, as you can see, it's color coded, and all of the red are the things that I didn't complete last month, which is like half of the bingo. So I think that's kind of why it was so full. But yeah, there's obviously like the planting things, and what else? I put read 15 books, which I've read, I think, 33 books this year, and so 15, my goal for the year was 50 books, so I would be passing that if I did read 15 books this quarter, but I feel like that is a doable amount, especially because I want to read all of the Percy Jackson books, and so I think I'm just going to start with like the classic series, of course, and then do maybe all of the rest of them if I feel like it, if I like the main ones. And so if I'm doing that, obviously I'm gonna like get through more books at once, I think, because I find it a lot easier to read fiction than like this, which took me weeks to read, even though I like love it. So hopefully that will go well. I also am teaching myself French, which I don't know if that's going well or not. It has been, I think, like 2 weeks, and to be honest, I've been procrastinating a lot by being like, well, I'm just gonna do like, what's it, the IPA or whatever, and like learn the sounds first. And I think I've been using that a little bit as a way to be like, no, I don't have to learn actual words yet. I haven't got the sounds down, which I do think learning the sounds is important, but I think I need to actually put some work in. I did buy, I went to Kmart the other day and I was literally there to buy 2 things, and I walked out with like 5 things, including this little journal, which is, I was like, I have to buy this for my French that I like haven't been teaching myself actually. But it's like just a regular journal, but it's like red, which is a very French colour. Which, okay, me justifying a purchase that I did not need to make, sure. Do I have probably 5 or 6 journals and notebooks underneath my bed right now because I put it away in storage because I have too many? Yeah, maybe. Did I need to buy a new one? Of course. I don't want to hear about it, okay? It was a great purchase. I'm definitely going to use it, hopefully. Anyway, I also have been getting through the road code. I think I brought this up last time, but I'm trying to make sure that I like properly remember the road rules in between learning how to like actually drive. And so one of my goals is to get to Platinum on Drive Go, which is an app that the government, the New Zealand government made for people learning how to drive, which I feel like is very strange. I think I understand. I think they made the app you're supposed to like give to the person who is teaching you how to drive, and so I think it's so that you don't have access to your phone because your teacher is holding it. I think maybe that's why they made the app, but I still think it's like a weird thing to do, to have like a driving app. I feel like that's, I wouldn't do something like that. I feel like that's not very smart. However, I'm like this much through the driving thing, which this is like all I have to do. These are like practice questions for the test that I already have done, so I'm like almost finished, and then I'll just restart and like read it over and over and over again until it's drilled into my brain. What else? Yeah, I think that's almost everything. One of my things is I want to make a bigger vision board. I have a little vision board, which is just, it's like a life vision board, I think, and so I want to get, it's like half corkboard and half whiteboard, and the whiteboard I'm going to use at some point as some sort of like habit tracker or something. I haven't figured out what I'm going to put there actually, and so at the moment it's this little cartoon that it's like a kid looking at a polar bear, and the kid says to the polar bear, "I hope you find time to be happy and not just strong." And I'm like, that is so cute. so that's on my whiteboard at the moment. Anyway, I want to get a cork board and have it be like, I don't want to say career, but like sort of career goals. Not saying career, but like similar. And so, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think that's everything. Yes, anywho, this month, or the rest of this year, this quarter maybe, I don't know how long I want to commit to it, but I'm going to switch to posting every Monday, and so I'm not really sure how that's going to work in terms of my like monthly updates, because I've been looking at the calendar and I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of, I don't know, like I don't know, I quite like posting on the first of the month, because that like makes sense to me. If I'm doing like a monthly recap, it makes sense that it's at the end of the month. But also if I'm posting on Mondays, I could just do like the first Monday of the month. But there are, like in September, the first Monday will be the 7th, which I'm like, well, maybe do I do it on the 31st of August? Don't know why I struggled so much with that. So I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do it yet, but we shall see. Next week, on Monday, I will be posting a short of my window thing that I have been saying that I'm going to do. Where is it? The little design thing. I actually don't know. Have I talked about this? This little thingy that I'm going to do. I don't know how well it's going to work, because I'm not going to take the window panes out, and so it might not turn out very well. But if it turns out well, Monday you'll be seeing a short of that, and then next Monday it will be my Patreon video, which I think will be my romper, like a vlog of me sewing my romper, and I'll post a short of that on my YouTube channel. And then the video after that is going to be a vlog, and then the video after that, the week after that, I will post my book review of Platonic on my Patreon, and I'll post a short of that on my YouTube channel. And then, yeah, that's sort of my posting schedule from now on, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. I will keep you posted. That was a pun. Did you get it? Pretty funny. Come on. Okay, bye.